The COVID-19 pandemic has affected all small businesses in the U.S. Virgin Islands, but there is help to move your business forward. The Virgin Islands Small Business Development Center is available to assist entrepreneurs and small businesses. The VISBDC is the territory's #1 resource for small businesses and is sustained by the University of the Virgin Islands and the U.S. Small Business Administration. The VISBDC is nationally accredited and provides one-on-one advising, business education training, and technical assistance at no cost. Attend workshops by experts from both the public and private sectors. From idea generation to exit strategies, the staff at the VISBDC are ready to assist you. So don't wait. Call, email, or visit them on the web at www.visbdc.org and Facebook, or simply download their mobile app on the Apple or Google Play Store. Just search VISBDC. Discover how they can help your business grow and succeed.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the VISBDC's hosting of the USVI Financial Preparedness Webinar Series. The goal of this series is to financially prepare small business owners to more than just stay afloat and maximize profits through effective financial planning. Today's session is entitled Debt Solutions. Let me take a brief moment to recognize our presenter for today, Ms. Maxine Fredericks. Ms. Maxine Fredericks is an exceptional individual with a wealth of experience and expertise, making her one of the most valuable assets in the realm of emergency management and disaster recovery. With a distinguished career as a retired FEMA employee, she has left an indelible mark on the field. At FEMA, Maxine spearheaded critical projects such as the Hurricane Marilyn Virgin Islands Roofing Program, a resounding success achieved through seamless collaboration with the entire USVI team. Her proficiency as a subject matter expert in grants management programs is unparalleled, having administered, instructed, managed, and mentored these programs across various states. Notably, she demonstrated remarkable negotiation skills, effectively navigating through multiple agencies to facilitate FEMA's administration of the Real ID program. In retirement, Maxine continues to contribute significantly to the community, serving as a program manager for the United States Army Corps of Engineers Annuitant Program. Her passion for teaching and sharing knowledge led her to become an esteemed instructor at the Emergency Management Institute. There, she imparts her insights on disaster recovery planning to federal, state, and local jurisdictions, public and private organizations, and business owners. Beyond her remarkable achievements in the field of emergency management, Maxine is a multifaceted individual with diverse talents and interests. She is an accomplished author, captivating public speaker, and even a professional bodybuilder and trainer coach. Her dedication to personal growth and physical well-being serves as an inspiring example to all. A 48-year resident of the Virgin Islands, Maxine is both a licensed insurance agent and FERNA licensed financial advisor. Leveraging her expertise, she generously offers complimentary, no obligation financial preparedness courses for individuals, families, businesses, and organizations of various kinds, including HUD first-time home buyers. Her partnership with the VISBDC is testament to her commitment to uplifting the community that has been an integral part of her life. Maxine sees her work with the VISBDC as a privilege, an opportunity to give back to the people who have supported her throughout her journey to success. As a former client of the VISBDC, she has been awarded Innovator of the Year for creative business ventures. Her passion for community service and her profound impact on disaster management and financial preparedness makes her an invaluable asset to the VISBDC community. So, let me just tell everyone in the audience, this is a friendly reminder to put your questions in the chat, and they will be addressed by Ms. Fredericks live during her presentation or later during the question and answer segment. A copy of this presentation is available upon email request to info@vispdc.org. We would encourage you to take a few minutes after this training to fill out the survey and let us know how we're doing. So without further ado, Ms. Maxine Fredericks, you can unmute and the floor is yours.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, great. Great. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you so much, Sharika, for that great introduction. Thank you very, very much. And I want to start out by saying, I know what it's like to worry about the next bill. I know what it's like to watch your dreams crumble because life has thrown you a curveball. And I know what it's like to lay awake at night wondering if things are ever going to get better. So my story, it's not about a golden ticket to success. It is about real struggles. It is about my failures. It is about the hard-earned lessons I had to learn about a financial education. So my financial freedom didn't initially start with me having a master financial plan. I was not a business major in college, nor do I have a degree in business or personal finances. But because of the financial education I have now, I do hold securities and exchange licenses, and those are very, very valuable. I've always had a spirit inside of me that believed that I could chart my own course. I always felt like even though I grew up with less means, I always just felt like that I could do something. I could do something, and I always wanted to know how it would feel to be financially independent. And I've had this feeling since I was very, very young. My road to financial freedom began in a place that you might be familiar with, you might recognize, or it might resonate with you. It was the fear of looking at a dwindling bank account, the sting of some failed investments, and it was the desperation that led me to the brink almost of bankruptcy. Once I thought I had it all together, I had a good job with benefits. I had years of experience as a Dave Ramsey financial peace advisor, facilitator, but retirement changed everything for me. I faced some major setbacks in unforeseen business expenses that led to a lot of business credit card debt, coupled with a IRS audit that thought that I would never recover from. In addition to all of that, I suffered a painful leg injury that it just seems like this was a cruel joke, all these things that were happening all at the same time. The injury was to the point where I just didn't feel like I wanted to do anything. I was like in a real depression. But I will never forget the day that I met a gentleman. His name is J.R. Jones. Mr. J.R. Jones is a Primerical financial advisor, and I met him at a networking event. He introduced himself right after I introduced myself. And what he said was that he offered complimentary, no obligation financial education to anyone who was interested. And believe me, I was interested. But I have to admit, I was skeptical. I mean, who offers free financial advice without wanting something in return? Right? It sounded like to me it was one of those, pyramid schemes, thinking about Bernie Madoff. But I took a chance. And the reason I took that chance was because 10 days before I met him at that meeting, I had written in my prayer journal that I wanted to know everything that there was to know about money, from the simplest concepts to the most complex financial strategies. So I reached out to him, we got together, and we began to work on a financial plan based on the status of where I was at that time. This was not just like an ordinary meeting. This was someone who really showed me how much they cared about me getting a financial education. So, at times I kind of wondered, like, what's really going on? But I realized that it was genuine. And what I later realized is that when you have a mindset to make some changes in your life for the better, there are people who are out there that are willing and wanting to help you simply because it makes their lives better. So whenever we get that education, and education is free, we help to empower not only ourselves, but we are empowering other people. So just caring about everybody, it makes a really big difference. So the plan that we structured, it made sense. It worked for me based on where I was and where I wanted to go. With his guidance, I took the steps that led me from almost losing everything to rebuilding a solid financial future bit by bit. Now, this was not easy. Things did not magically fall into place. It was a process. I had wins, I had losses. There were lessons that I had to learn. I had to reshape my financial mindset. But I'm here to tell you, if I can do this, anybody can do it. And I want to share with you the things that I've learned. This is real practical advice that you can use. So thank you, Virgin Islands Small Business Development for Development Council for allowing me this platform. And I want to thank all of you for being here today. Welcome to our conversation on applying real, down-to-earth debt solutions. You see, I work in a community or with a community of people that believe that education is free. And because I have been given the privilege of having and continue to have access to that education, it is my responsibility to share with you what and the world what was given to me. To whom much is given, much is required. My name is Maxine Fredericks. My daughter Melissa and I are business partners, and we offer complimentary, no obligation financial education to anyone who's interested. For more information, text us at 770-733-9654 or 770-688-7812. So today we're going to be talking about, I've given you my introduction. We're going to talk about money concerns. We're going to talk about your financial history. We're going to talk about a financial needs analysis and what is that? And we're going to talk about debt stacking. That's going to be a lot of fun. So most of us have concerns about money. You pay your bills each month. You do your best to prepare for the future. But the truth is sometimes there just simply doesn't seem to be enough money to go around. And then preparing for the future can sometimes seem almost impossible. So talking about money can be very sensitive and very personal. And for me, I always took it to be personal because I didn't feel like anybody could manage my money better than I, but how wrong I was. It can be intimidating to talk about money. It's something that most people don't talk about. Even people who are in relationships with each other, sometimes they rarely discuss money openly. So there are some general questions on the slide about money concerns. And I just want to stop here because I want to take some time for you to share how you feel about money and some of the concerns that you have. So what we're going to do right now is in the chat, if you feel so inclined, I want you to number each question that I ask you, and I want you to put in the chat one word or an emoji, or you can use one word and an emoji and answer each of the questions that I'm going to ask you right now. You ready? Let's go. Number one, how would you describe your relationship with money? Number two, And let me know if I'm going too fast. On a scale of 1 to 10, this isn't a one word, this is a number. How confident do you feel about your financial future? Third question, how does talking about money make you feel? Number 4, do you discuss finances with your family and your friends? Number 5, do you feel comfortable discussing finances with family and friends or with your partner? And do you discuss financial concerns with your children? I think I'm on number 5 or 6 question. When was the last time you had a conversation about finances with your partner, your family, your friends, your children? And do you think that finances has, I messed up there. I asked that question already. So this is my last question. Sorry about that. Do you think that finances and money has anything to do with the crime in our community? Your voice matters to me. Your thoughts matter to me. This conversation is not just about numbers. It's not just about a plan. It is about us. It is about your dreams, my dreams, all of our dreams. It's about our fears and it's about our real life experiences. So I want to encourage you to open up, and I hope you'll be willing to engage in the conversation that can lead all of us to have a better understanding of our financial life and how and what it could be like if we were able to improve our financial future. Thank you for participating, whether you shared in the chat or not. Um, thank you anyway, but just simply reflecting on the questions that are on the screen and the questions that I ask. Your presence here and your engagement, I value that. Remember, we all have our own unique paths. We all have our own unique concerns. And really, there is no judgment here because I have been there if you are experiencing or having some financial difficulties. So this brings us to our next discussion topic, which is understanding your financial history. So, do you know where you're going? You know, there's that song, Do You Know Where You're Going? Do you like what life is showing you? And it says, Where are you going to? Do you know? So when you look behind, there's no open doors. Where are you going? What are you hoping for? Do you know? So we're going to talk a little bit about your financial history because we can't move forward if we don't know where we came from. And your financial history tells a unique story of your financial habits. It tells you about the decisions you make financially. It tells you about the circumstances that you've encountered. And so by analyzing your average income, which you're going to do in a second, times the number of years that you've worked and the percentage of the income that you've made that you've saved, you can get a better insight into your financial health. How healthy are you financially? How prepared are you for the future? So we're going to do this exercise. And if you're looking at the chart, I've actually entered some numbers. These are fictional numbers, but I want you to stop on just on a piece of paper. I want you to walk through this exercise with me and put in your own numbers. So in the first column A, based on the number of years that you have worked, or based on your current income, what's your annual salary? I want you to write down that number. Now in column B, it asks for the number of years you've worked, and I've input 8. So worked 8 years, earned $50,000 a year. So what you're going to do is multiply the number of years you've worked times your annual salary, whatever you've written down as your annual salary. And here, working for 8 years at $50,000 means that I've earned a total income of $400,000. Now D, column D, says how much have I saved? So I input $4,000. So how much have you saved since you've been working for all of the years you've been working? Now what I want you to do is to divide the number C, which is the amount of income you've earned, by the amount you've saved. So whatever number you've saved, which is $4,000 that I've input, that's your top number, and the amount of money you've earned is your bottom number. So you can see here, if I have earned $400,000, worked for 8 years at $50,000 a year, I've saved $4,000. That means I've saved $500 a year. And my savings percentage is 0.01. Now, what does this percentage reveal? This percentage reveal is this is the portion of money from all of the earnings you've made over a lifetime. So I'm not sure how you're feeling about what your number is. If you have a high percentage, it indicates that you probably you have strong saving habits and that you're financially disciplined. But it could also mean that maybe you had a financial windfall and you've been able to save a lot of money. But ordinarily, if you've just been saving consistently, what this percentage shows is that you've been consistently putting away a substantial part of your earnings for your future goals and for any emergencies that you may have. Now, if you have a lower percentage like this one, 0.01, it might signal that you need to reevaluate your saving strategies. You might need to reevaluate your spending patterns. This could be a wake-up call for you. A wake-up call for you to make some necessary changes in order to secure your financial future. Now, listen, even though your financial history has a direct link to your retirement planning, there are things that happen in our lives that are unforeseen, and there may be reasons where you have not been able to save. But your savings is a vital metric in your retirement planning. It will help you to gauge whether you're on track to meet your retirement goals, and it pretty much highlights the areas that you might need for attention or improvement. So there are some factors. These are some factors that could influence why your calculated number look like it does. One of them can be debt. It could be medical expenses. It could see, like I mentioned before, some unforeseen life events. But having a holistic understanding of your financial picture requires a consideration of all of those factors and some other variables that I may not have mentioned. So what we want to do is customize, and so that you have a customized financial strategy. Your calculated percentage of savings is not one size fits all solution. It's a personalized tool for you to use so that you can reach your financial goals. So when you understand this percentage, is going to help you to be able to tailor your financial strategies so they align with your individual needs. If you're working with a financial advisor, this percentage becomes a significant discussion point, and it was for me as I was Reinventing My Financial Future because it facilitates an open dialogue about your financial status, the concerns that you have, and your long-term planning. So analyzing your financial history through the lens of the percentage of income that you have saved, it provides you with a tangible reflection of your financial behavior over time. It's just a snapshot. It's a snapshot that can empower you to make more informed financial decisions, whether you're working towards owning a home, buying a home, planning for retirement, or striving for financial security and independence. So now that you have some idea of where you are, let's talk about the next step, which is a financial needs analysis. So before we go forward, I just want to ask you, when you did this exercise, were there any aha moments? Were there any realizations doing this that you'd like to share? And you can do that in the chat or raise your hand. And are there any specific areas of your financial history that you would like to delve deeper into or learn more about? Financial needs analysis. A financial needs analysis can help you bring your current financial situation to life. It can show you where your finances stand today, what you need to do to prepare for tomorrow. So, who needs a financial analysis and why do you need a financial analysis? So this financial analysis, this is like an overall, it's a comprehensive assessment of your financial life. It includes how much money you've made, your income. It includes your expenses, what do you have to pay out every month? It includes your assets, your liabilities, any goals that you have, your risk tolerance. How risk tolerant are you? Are you someone who, you'll take a risk? You will go out of the bat and just go ahead with the money because you feel comfortable. Some people do and some people don't. But your financial analysis is a roadmap. It is your roadmap to help to guide you in making some informed financial decisions. Who benefits from a financial needs analysis? Everybody. If you are a young professional, if you are in your mid-career, or even if you're at retirement or you're retired, what the financial analysis will do is will help you to align your financial strategies with the personal goals, with your lifestyle needs, and with, like what is your risk tolerance? So if you are a family, you can benefit from a financial needs analysis because it will help you in planning if you have children for their education. It will help you in your path to purchasing a home or retirement or your estate plan. If you're a business owner, or if you're an entrepreneur, if you have a large business, if you have a small business, you can use your financial needs analysis to balance both your personal and your business financial goals. If you are an investor, those who invest, those who have investment portfolios, you can gain a lot of insights into how your investments align with your overall financial strategies with a financial needs analysis. What it does, it ensures that your savings and that your investments, whatever strategies you have, that they are aligned with what really, really matters to you. So the financial needs analysis focuses on 5 areas of financial management. As you can see here in the slide. So I just want to stop here and ask if there are any insights anyone wants to share, anything that you're concerned about. So you can see here at the top of this list is debt management. So in the chat again, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Make sure you just went one word or an emoji, or you can do both a word and an emoji. Are you ready? First question, how do you feel when you hear the word debt? Question number one. Question number two, for you, is debt a tool or a burden for you? And this one requires a number on a scale of 1 to 10. How knowledgeable do you feel about managing and understanding debt? Number 4, are you planning and preparing to avoid debt in the future? Number 5, are there any organizations or any professionals that you've turned to for help with managing your debt? And number 6, do you feel there's a generational shift in how debt is viewed and managed today? And are there any specific aspects of debts or related topics that you'd like to dive into deeper in for future discussions? The reason I went too fast on the slides, but the reason we put debt management at the top of the list because debt management has an immediate impact on your financial health. There are both negative and positive impacts of debt. Some of the negative impacts include a burden, a debt burden. When you have high levels of debt, it can lead to significant financial stress. And I can tell you, I can attest to that. And it can also limit your opportunities to be able to save, to be able to invest, and for you to be able to build wealth. When you have debt, what some of the things of interest payments. So when you have debt, the amount of money that you're paying on interest, it can be significant. It could be really a financial burden. If the interest rates are really high or if the debt is compounding. So we had some discussion about the rule of 72, compound interest, and how it's affected by debt. It could affect your credit score negatively. So when you don't have a positive credit score, it impacts if you can get a loan, if you can get a mortgage, and even some just simple financial products, if you can actually get a car. But there are some positive impacts about debt as well. If you've got good credit, you can, and you're managing your debt well, it'll free up resources that you can reallocate toward other financial goals that you have. For instance, buying a home, education, and your retirement. And if you manage debt well, it's going to reduce your financial vulnerability. It will help you to mitigate risks that are associated with some unexpected life downturns. Just for instance, hurricanes. We have no control over those. Any thoughts? Any questions? So we're going to move on to some solutions for debt. So there are numbers of debt solutions that you can apply, and you have to decide for yourself which one of these fits you the most or the best. The first one is just making minimal payments. That means that you're paying the minimum amount that's required on all your debt. And this is a slower process, but it could mean that you'll be paying more in interest over the time. Then there's debt consolidation. That's where you combine multiple debts into one loan. You often get a lower interest rate. It simplifies the payments, but it might not change your underlying spending habits. And then there's the debt snowball method. That's where you pay off the smallest debt first while you maintain the same minimal payments on all the other debts. This can give you a psychological win, but it may not be the fastest or most cost-effective way. Then there's debt settlement. That's when you negotiate with your creditors, you pay a lump sum that's less than the total amount that you owe. This method can negatively impact your credit score, and it could have some tax implications. And then there's bankruptcy. This is where I thought I was going. This is a legal process. It can eliminate some debt, or it can allow you to have a structured repayment plan. This is a drastic solution. It has serious long-term financial and credit implications. Then there's credit counseling. That's working with a professional to develop a customized debt repayment plan. And oftentimes they do have education with those, and they actually give you support, but it could have fees associated with the service. And I know because I was at the point of looking at a debt counseling service, but I was going to have to pay a fee on top of the money that I still had to pay back. Our recommendation is debt stacking. It's called debt stacking or the avalanche method, and we're going to go through how this works. And what it does, it targets the highest interest or another target on the debt first, the first debt that you have, while maintaining minimum payments on all the other bills. And this is our preference because debt stacking is considered the most effective method of eliminating debt. You focus on your target account, and if it's the one with the highest interest rate, you make that payment, and then you will start to minimize the interest that you're paying on the other debts. Or your target account may be the ones that you can pay off the fastest throughout the repayment process. So I'm going to move on because I want to talk about so I think I kind of went a little faster. I want to talk about debt stacking because I want to show you this example. And looking at the example on the screen, we're looking at someone that has 4 debts. And on a monthly payment, they pay $2,720 for all of the debt that they have accumulated. That's a lot of money. What would that look like in your pocket? $2,720 a month? It's possible for you to do this. So the first debt is a retail card, and the person, I'll call myself, I'm paying $220 a month in monthly payments. The second is a retail card, and I'm paying $353 a month. The third is my car loan, and I'm paying $551 a month. And then I get a credit card that I pay $303 a month on. And then I've got my mortgage that I'm paying $1,293 a month. So we've got a mixture here of fixed and revolving interest rates. So we talked about fixed rates, car, mortgage. The others are revolving. The interest goes daily on them. So this is how debt stacking actually works and how it can work for you. You first of all have to identify what your target account is going to be that you're going to start with. So we have decided that we're going to start with the very first account. That's our target account. That's the retail card that has $220 a month payment. So what you're going to do, step 1, identify your target account. And then you're going to make the minimum payment on all of these accounts. But on that very first account, if you have any additional money, you're going to put it toward that account. So you've got your retail card, $220 a month. The second retail card, $353. The car loan, $551. The credit card, $303, and the mortgage, $1,293. You're going to first pay off your target account. Once that target account is paid off, zero balance, you don't go back and reuse it again. You're going to take the payments, that $220, and you're going to apply it to the retail card that you're paying $353 on a monthly basis. So now you're paying $573 on the retail card. Now, once you pay the retail card off, number 2, you're going to take that money and you're going to apply that money to the car loan. So in addition to the $573 that you were paying on the car loan, you're going to add that amount to your car loan, which is $551. So now you're actually paying more money on that car loan. And the next step that you're going to do is that when that's completely paid off, you're going to take the money that you were paying on the car loan and put that toward your mortgage payment. So you're going to continue the process. You see how it works? It's stacking the debt. So after the retail card is paid off, after you've paid off the car loan, after you've paid off the credit card, you've freed up $427 that you're going to put on your mortgage payment. So now you're actually paying $2,720 on just your mortgage. So you want to get all your debt paid off. And at the end of this, everything will be paid off, including your mortgage. So before I go further, do you have any input or anything that you'd like to add, or if you didn't get this completely? So what debt stacking does, and please put it in the chat or raise your hand and I can stop and entertain your questions. It allows you to leverage your payments, and you can leverage your payments in a way that's going to accelerate your debt payoff. So by focusing on one debt at a time and rolling those payments into the next debt, you can create momentum. This method can be tailored to target either the highest interest account or the smallest balance, whichever one works for you. Either way, this is a structured and a disciplined approach to becoming debt-free. Debt stacking, it's tailored to your individual debts. The approach can be customized any way that you like. And it will build positive financial behavior. I know I tried this. It worked for me. I tried it, had over $100,000. Oh, I actually had over $100,000 in IRS and state taxes from an audit. And then I had another like $150,000 in credit debt cards. I couldn't see a way out. But using this method, I was able to eliminate everything. I did not do it just on time, but within the year that I made up my mind to do it, I was able to reduce all of the debt that I have. I still, like I mentioned before, have $11,000 in IRS debt, but that's my plan. It will be paid off in 2 years or sooner. So here's some questions for you in the chat real quick. Do you think that the education system has prepared you for financial responsibility? 2, do you think your parents prepared you for financial responsibility? Do you think if our community was financially secure, it would reduce crime? I asked that before, but I want to ask it again. Do you think our community could achieve financial independence for everybody? Like in the Emirates, like in Dubai, and those countries? And lastly, would you be willing to give up some of your time and your energy to support the community so that everybody in this community could achieve a financial education that will allow everybody to be financially free? Thank you for your responses. I hope that you responded. So I want to introduce you to a free link. It's called Debt Snowball Calculator. And I didn't put it in the chat, but I'm going to put it in the chat for you. You don't have to have an account. You don't even have to sign up. And so what the calculator will do, it'll create a one-off debt payment plan using either the debt snowball, the debt stacking / debt avalanche, or there are 3 other debt stacking payoff methods that are in this. You just plug in your budget and your basic debt information, and you'll get a complete payment plan. I don't know anything about this company. I just went to the link, I found it. So please, if you're interested, go out and use it. It's called undebt.it/debt snowball calculator.php, and I will put it in the chat for you. So I want to thank all of you for joining today to learn about integrating effective debt solutions for yourself so that you can put these things into your financial needs analysis when you're ready to get started. And I want to stop here and see if there are any questions. Thank you for joining. Before I ask the questions, I do want to make sure that I give credit to a community. It's called Primerica. We believe that education is free. Primerica is the largest independent financial services marketing organization in North America. Been in business since 1977, listed on the New York Stock Exchange. We have more than 4 million lives insured and more than 2 million client investments. Primerica represents all of the companies that you see listed on this slide. Primerica represents every one of those, and I know that all of you have at least seen one or two of these companies. So before I go, we sign off. Are there any questions in the chat, Ms. Phillips? And how did we do with our questions today?
With regards to the chat, we had persons answering your questions as we went along, and we have a few.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you well.
Can you hear me now?
Not, you're low. You're very low.
Okay, we just had a few persons answering your questions as we went along, and we have a few comments in the chat.
Okay. Okay, great.
This
Do you
is a
want
great
to
way to pay
talk about
off
the
debt.
comments?
I do have a question. So this is a great way to pay off debt. Where could I get assistance in having a FNA completed? Debt stacking would work for me.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So this is where you can get it. Like I told you, my daughter Melissa and we're business partners. We offer complimentary, no obligation financial education, which would include an financial needs analysis assessment for you and how you can actually do the debt stacking. No cost. Honestly, no cost. Given to me, we give it to you. So just text us at 770-733-9654 or 770-688-7812. That's Melissa and Maxine Fredericks. Feel free. Anybody who wants to call us, just give us a call. It was another question or concern?
We received a compliment saying this was great.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so very, very, very much. We do have a little bit more time. So what I would like to just kind of conclude this. I told you that Primerica is a community. We believe that education is free, and it is. This session, I really can't say enough about it because I would not be in the place where I am had I not gotten this education. I would not be in the place if somebody didn't, take the chance to share with me, to educate with me, to help to change my mindset. When you integrate effective debt solutions into your financial needs analysis, it's not just a beneficial step. This is a critical step on your pathway to financial independence. That can be a barrier, and it can hinder your progress toward your financial goals and whatever your aspirations are financially. But when you use debt stacking as a solution, or you use any other methods, it can help to eliminate the barriers. It can enable you to have a clearer, more confident path forward. This comprehensive financial needs analysis, I can't say enough about it because it also includes a personalized debt management plan. And it does more than just address what your immediate concerns are. It lays out the foundation for your long-term financial goals, for your long-term security. It takes into account your unique situation. It provides you with a tailored strategy so that you can align your goals and your dreams with your lifestyle and whatever your future objectives are. So as you think about your financial journey, as you consider the value of a proactive debt management plan, don't hesitate to seek financial guidance if you need it. It's like if you want to lose weight, you go on a plan that would help you to eliminate the weight. If you want to get in better physical condition, you go out and you find yourself a personal trainer. If you have some medical problems, you go to a doctor. You need someone to help you to go through it, to walk you through this. And you want to make sure that you're getting someone who has your interest, your interest. This is your money. I can't stress that enough. We disrespect ourselves when we don't respect the the effort that we go out and put into earning money. When I reflect back on $50,000 a year, 8 years, $400,000, that's a lot of money. And how much have I given myself out of that $400,000? $4,000? Is that what I think of myself? That's not what I think of me. I think highly of me. It's a mindset change. So I hope some of these solutions that we've talked about, I hope that they will be keys to helping you to unlock the success that you need. Um, there's just so much that we can explore. Now, if you're interested in diving deeper, I'm sorry, diving deeper into getting a financial education, if you're interested in building a support network where we get together and explore and learn together, because trust me, I am still learning. There is so much more for me to know. You can indicate that interest in the chat, and I, my daughter or I, we will gladly get back with you to help you to get to where you want to go. So if you don't have any questions, I really want to thank you. I encourage you to feel free to share. If there's any additional insights or thoughts that you have before we go, we're always, always here to listen. So I want to turn it back over to you, Ms. Phillips, at this time.
Oh, thank you for that. So, the VI SBDC has so much more in store for you as VI small businesses. You can visit our website at www.visbdc.org. Download the VI SBDC app on your mobile device from the appropriate app store. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google My Business, and subscribe to the VI SBDC YouTube channel for new uploads of our on-demand webinars. Today's webinar, after the live meeting, will be converted to an on-demand webinar. So you can go to the VI SBDC training portal, and you will just have to put in your email address and your password for the e-center, and you'll be able to access this webinar all the way until the end of September. Following that reporting period, the webinar will be available on the VI SBDC YouTube channel. So let me just take this opportunity to tell you about a few trainings we have coming up. On the 17th, we have SBA, and it's learn all about SBA resources to help your businesses start, grow, and succeed. On the 22nd, we have SBA back again with how to apply and qualify for SBA loan. On the 23rd, we return for this series, and the subject will be investing basics and investing at retirement. On August 29th, we have another SBA webinar, that's Government Contracting 101. And then on the 30th of this month, we return for the final session within this series, and it's focused on retirement savings. On August 31st, to close out the month, we will be hosting We All Keep Score, the fundamentals of personal credit. For the remainder of sessions we have available, you can go ahead on our website, access our training portal, and even utilize our free app. Download it out of the App Store and just select trainings, and you can see everything that you can register for. So, Ms. Fredericks, on behalf of the entire
Yes.
SBDC Network. We want to thank you for offering your services, and everyone participated. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon and take care.
Okay, Ms. Phillips, I didn't put in the chat, so let me quickly put this in the chat. Do that right now for anybody who's interested in the oops. I don't think I'm able to go to the chat. Well, what I'll do is, okay, here it is. Chat. Okay, I don't want to hold up your time and I can't find my chat. So what I'll do is I'll send you the link and you can actually send it out when you send the recording. Is that okay? For
Sure.
the free link? Okay,
Okay.
great. I'll do
Thank
that.
you.
I
Bye,
apologize,
everyone.
everyone. Bye-bye.